Does 13-year-old Blue Ivy look like she's 25? No one realizes that she has never been allowed to have a real childhood like Rumi. When Blue Ivy recently performed on stage with her mother Beyonce during the Cowboy Carter tour, she frequently changed her looks. At only 13 years old, she wore 5 sets of high-end, custom-made outfits in one night of the premiere. Tasseled leather pants, a corset, and sequined gloves. All these were the treatments that celebrities...
Beyonce's former plastic surgeon just dropped some major bombshells, and the internet is going crazy. This is making things really sticky. He claims that Blue Ivy has been under pressure from Queen Bee to get plastic surgery done in order to enhance her appearance. Yes, you heard correctly, and people are shaken. It is crazy enough that people have been dragging Blue's appearance since she was a baby. However, it now appears that Beyonce may have been impacted by those hurtful remarks. And now that some are claiming that Blue has had a significant makeover lately, rumors are circulating because of how beautiful she currently looks. She has been trending. However, according to this surgeon, it is not entirely natural. He is out here claiming that cosmetic surgery is what caused her metamorphosis, and watch for it. He even revealed a list of procedures that Blue is rumored to have planned. How jaw-dropping.
No 13-year-old of mine is gonna be doing all of this in front of no grown. I don't give a f***. I don't give a f*** you ain't doing it. Do that shit you grown or old enough to do it.
Louis.
So yes, little Beyonce, go ahead, cause later on she just training y'all next in line, cause Beyonce 40 something. How long she get like J-Lo? Cause they got to. You're a puppet. They get mad cause I say that, and then they say this and say that. Girl, your mother is Beyonce. They got billions of dollars. She can do a lot of that little girl. That little girl could be influential somewhere, talking about real good things, mental health, stuff with children. She's only 13. Ain't nothing wrong with a 13.
This is getting out of hand, so let us dissect it. Ever since her birth, Blue Ivy's appearance has been scrutinized. Being Beyonce's first child, social media did not hold back while comparing her to her mother. People were analyzing every aspect of her looks, including her lips, nose, and hair, on social media sites like Instagram and Twitter. Yes, there were supporters who stood up for her, but let us face it, many people were blatantly cruel, and there were some really terrible moments. During one of the darkest periods, when Blue was still a toddler, people began to attack her natural hair, saying it was sick and that it was uncombed. Really? Additionally, Saucy Santana was caught up in the situation, so it was not simply random trolls. "I really want to be like Blue Ivy" was a tweet made by a fan, and Santana had the audacity to respond nappy-headed, saying, "Really? Who says that about a kid? Is he still haunted by that backlash?" Santana continued after that. Once, he tweeted, "I am sorry, but Northwest has multiple seats and clears Blue Ivy." That mess quickly went viral. Years later, however, he doubled back on it, rather than offering an apology when others called him out. "Fake woke B-words," he clapped back. "Old tweets do not matter to people. There is this strange power thing on the internet that believes it can cancel someone. Newsflash, you don't," he said. "You are thinking you have someone on your tail about things you do not even give a damn about." It was a crazy mentality. People continued to treat Blue Ivy as like she had to live up to some crazy legacy, rather than allowing her to be a normal child. Her looks was no longer the only factor. People were preoccupied with whether she could replicate Beyonce's whole persona. For a child, that is a lot to bear. Blue was always under pressure to measure up to Beyonce, who is regarded as one of the game's ultimate beauty symbols. The situation did not get any better as she grew older. They became even more acute. Her attire, her appearance on the red carpet, and her entrance into events became the center of attention. People began observing her every action, evaluating her posture, style, and confidence, as if she were a well-known individual rather than a little child still developing. Then the memes started to appear. The viral post began contrasting her characteristics with those of Jay-Z and Beyonce, all of whom were silently disparaging her while posing the same query: was her genetic makeup correct? The message was strong despite its subtlety. Through this distorted Eurocentric lens, the internet continued to criticize her skin, hair, and nose, while completely ignoring the fact that she is a young black girl with her own identity. There is now much more heat because of the serious allegations made by blind articles and gossip blogs that Beyonce and Tina Knowles are micromanaging Blue's image as if it were a brand. The internet is ablaze, and it is beginning to appear that this may be more complicated than we initially believed. As the rumors intensify, Tina Knowles is being brought into the fray. Rumor has it that Tina and Beyoncé are both annoyed because Blue Ivy does not resemble Beyoncé enough. According to sources, this has been a silent problem for years. According to rumors, Blue's glam squad goes above and beyond to soften her features in order to conform to the family image before every public engagement. Some sources are going so far as to suggest that Beyoncé's staff may already be preparing for a nose job as Blue ages. Indeed, it is being asserted that her appearance is being meticulously crafted to conform to the brand's future beauty standards. It is crazy that this kind of pressure is even being discussed in relation to a young girl, regardless of whether it is true or not. A recent blind item caused quite a buzz. It made serious allegations regarding Blue Ivy, claiming that she is already feeling the burden of being the heir of a billion-dollar dynasty, and referred to the Carters as one of the most image-obsessed families in the industry. She has experienced the Grammys, the red carpet, and the front row seats to Beyoncé's fame, but insiders claim that beneath all the glamour, there is genuine stress that the public is unaware of.
The kids even have Grammys. Like they don't sing yet. They don't sing.
Right.
They don't rap yet. And they already have Grammys and shit. So it's like they give them this trophy so we secure that they come.
Tina, the granny matriarch and so-called Queen Mama, and Beyoncé are reportedly both upset that Blue did not receive more of her mother's face card. Rather, she is claimed to be exactly like Jay-Z, and that does not exactly excite certain people in the background. Rumor has it that the glam crew is always putting in extra hours to polish and adjust her appearance for events or social media posts. Word has it that Blue Ivy herself is growing extremely conscious of what people think of her beauty, which is even more worrisome. She is already experiencing such strain at her age, and that is what people are talking about the most. According to insiders, Blue Ivy has allegedly been reading the remarks and is beginning to feel the effects. According to the Blind article, she's been attempting to change her appearance by applying makeup sooner than typical children. She resembles Beyoncé's Mini Mai more than her father's twin. According to those with knowledge of the matter, a comprehensive long-term image strategy is already underway. Indeed, there have been whispers of a nose job for when she gets older. That is what has everyone in a state of shock. Whether Blue is prepared for it or not, Beyoncé, also known as Mama Bear, is reportedly putting in extra hours behind the scenes to position Blue as the next big star. It is creating a strong sense of legacy strain. What good is a billion-dollar brand without flawless air, some people ask. However, this narrative is not being accepted by everyone. Some people are outright labeling it hazardous. Supporters and admirers have been urging back hard, claiming that Blue Ivy's treatment by the public and industry is completely inappropriate. They are not only upset over the gossip, they are upset by how frequently people criticize her appearance, as if she is no longer a child. People are pointing out that all of this plastic surgery and nitpicking might eventually harm her mental health. Additionally, beauty is not the only factor. People are becoming increasingly aware of how quickly Blue has been forced into adult responsibilities. Her stage attire, coordinated dancing moves, and vintage cosmetics looks. She is surrounded by adult demands all the time, which is surprising for someone so young. Tokyo Toni too. Yes, Tokyo Toni stepped right in and criticized Beyoncé for supposedly placing Blue in potentially unhealthy conditions for a child. She is questioning whether Blue is being forced to mature too quickly. And let us face it, it says a lot if Tokyo Toni is advising you to take your time about parental choices. The tale of Blue Ivy may not be entirely original. Many famous children receive a lot of attention. Her circumstances are unique though, because of how intense and constant the attention has been. She has been subjected to irrational expectations and wild speculation since the day she was born, regardless of her appearance, her prospects, or how she stacks up against her well-known parents. Furthermore, this is not just idle internet chatter. It has a clear connection to the larger Hollywood apparatus, where people's lives are shaped by their image and reputation before they have had a chance to mature. Because of the nature of her mother, Blue feels the most strain. Everyone associated with Beyoncé, even her own daughter, gets trapped in the same high-stakes game because of how carefully managed and polished her brand is. One of the main causes of the constant scrutiny is the link between Beyoncé's legacy and the demands made of Blue Ivy. Blue is not simply maturing. She is being raised in a brand, and every tiny detail about Blue is magnified since Beyoncé is one of the most image-watched celebrities in the world. Nothing is overlooked, including her hair, facial traits, and even the way she enters a stage. Beyoncé has also always been scrutinized, particularly in relation to her conformity to the entertainment industry's ideals of beauty. Critics have noted throughout time how her glam selections, lighter skin tone, and straightened hair appear to fit with Eurocentric standards of beauty. Some people claim that this goes beyond personal preference. According to them, it is a reflection of a larger problem in the industry, where some aspects are emphasized while others are ignored. This discussion is not new, brand new, but during Beyoncé's renaissance, it took off once more. Her complexion appeared much lighter than usual, according to others, which led to a whole new round of allegations, including claims that she had bleached it. Tina Knowles had to publicly intervene to stop the internet from going crazy because it was getting out of control. She vigorously defended her daughter and disputed everything, but the harm had already been done. The entire incident only serves to highlight how pervasive these expectations are for appearances and how they extend beyond Beyoncé. As more insiders come forward to say that Blue Ivy is being prepared for stardom rather than being raised in it, there is a significant difference. They go all the way to Blue, but just when you think the heat would subside, it just becomes messier. Sources are speculating that behind all the red carpets and high-end attire, Blue's actions are a part of a larger scheme, not her decision, but a well-planned rollout straight from Carter from Team Knowles. She is allegedly receiving coaching on everything from her speaking voice to her dance. According to some, she already has stylists on call, vocal coaches lined up, and media training set up. For business, not pleasure. The objective? To shape her into the ideal superstar of the future generation. The problem is that many are questioning whether she ever had the opportunity to refuse. Additionally, it is igniting a larger discussion regarding the employment of celebrity children, such as legacy mascots, to preserve the brand. And that kind of pressure strikes differently for someone like Blue Ivy, whose parents are world-renowned. There is no time to be a typical child, no place to be awkward, and no room to fail. It is always full glitz and full spotlight. Although her admirers like watching her earn accolades and take center stage, others are beginning to wonder whether it is all a bit too theatrical. Does this truly represent Blue Ivy's dream? Or is she just another piece of the Carter empire that has been meticulously wrapped? Her crew largely controls her social media presence, which also seems planned. There is no space for sloppy moments, silly child energy, or adolescent chaos, just polished perfection, and the photos are expertly chosen with clean and brand-safe captions. And it is the reason why folks are scowling, because it becomes difficult to distinguish between opportunity and exploitation when a child's identity begins to feel more like a brand extension than a human being. And it is becoming more difficult to see that line with Blue Ivy. As a fashion statement clown, it goes without saying that she matched her silver dress with silver hair. She said what she said. Who? Tina continued by vehemently defending Beyoncé's persona, claiming that her daughter does not care about her, encourages others, and consistently prioritizes Black women and marginalized groups. However, despite the impact of that message, the scrutiny has continued and is now obviously affecting Blue Ivy. She is not treated like a typical child by the public. They apply the same demands and expectations to her that they would to Beyoncé, treating her as a walking extension of her brand each and every time Blue leaves. The analogies suddenly return. Beyoncé's skin tone and long, straight hair, they have subtly become the norm. And because Blue resembles Jay-Z more than she does, people feel as though she is somehow lacking. What are that surgeon's most recent claims? Blue's appearance is allegedly being altered by Beyoncé and Tina to make her look less like her father. According to reports, there is a plan to change Blue Ivy's reputation completely behind the glitz and carefully manicured social media posts. And Hollywood has a long and dirty history with this stuff, whether people want to acknowledge it or not. In that environment, children finishing their task is no longer shocking. Recall that at the age of 14, Bella Hadid reportedly had her nose done, not to mention all the preventative procedures, adjustments, and fillers that are popular in high society. In the land of celebrity, what seems extreme to us is simply another Tuesday, and it is beginning to seem like everything is possible for someone like Blue Ivy, who was born into that spotlight. So yes, this type of thing does happen, as crazy as it seems. Rumor has it that many famous parents encourage their children to finish their task before their features have a chance to settle. In this manner, when the glow-up occurs, they may just blame it on growing up or puberty. But there is a whole strategy going on behind the scenes. Additionally, there are currently reports that Beyoncé, and possibly be following the same path with Blue Ivy, in an effort to preserve the tradition and land the next big bag. It is more about business than parenting, as that blind piece stated. It is unfortunate though, because where is the room for a child to simply be themselves when their identity is molded by pressure, image control, and surgical plans before they are even fully grown? This goes beyond mere rumors. It starts a larger discussion about the extent of control these celebrity families actually possess and the lengths they will go to in order to further the brand. Hey, that is exactly what is popular at the moment. And I would really like to know your thoughts. Do you think these rumors are true? Do you believe that Blue Ivy is being overly pressured? Or does Hollywood operate this way? Let us start by exchanging ideas in the comments section to ensure you do not miss the next crazy story we are about to release. Remember to like, share, and subscribe before you leave. To stay up to date on the most recent celebrity turmoil, behind-the-scenes peeks, and shocking disclosures, click the notification bell. Click the next video on your screen if you are still craving more tumultuous celebrity controversies. There are a ton of even more unbelievable stories in it. You will not want to miss it, I promise. I will see you at the following one.